Hello, 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 hello. Guys, guess what? I know I'm not I know I wasn't scheduled to do this live until Sunday, but we're gonna do it tonight while I got some energy. Um, Happy Saturday, guys. Happy Saturday. How are you? I hope that you had an amazing day. I just been relaxing and chillaxing. I know that you guys saw me get my iron infusion. And then generally the next day you feel some kind of way. So I got my iron infusion Friday afternoon. Hey Gertrude, I said nothing but love your way, beautiful, because you deserve it. I got my infusion Friday, and then my body just started doing what it wanted to do. And so we've been chilling most of the day, because when you sit like that and stuff like that happens to you, you got to give your body a chance to reset. And so that's what I'm doing. However, while I am convalescing and laying down and relaxing, we're gonna do this live right quick. Because I've been trying to do this live all week, but stuff been coming up and I really want to kind of put my teeth into it. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Hopefully your day was blessed. Hopefully your families are blessed and safe, and you just walking around with God's favor on your life. I know that you are. And hopefully you guys can rock with me and spend some time with me. So I want to kind of get into this story, and it kind of just fell in my lap. I was surfing on TikTok, and I saw this one YouTuber was making a joke about this, not making a joke, but they were saying rest in peace, Rizzi. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I ain't never heard of this content creator, so I did a little bit of research, and I'm like, oh my goodness! And I hate that I'm not on my laptop because I really wanted to show y'all the videos of her being cyber bullied, being bullied on TikTok, which is a shame because some of the content creators are older and she's younger. And I'm thinking to myself, why is these old women bullying this young girl like this who has a disability? So let me give you a little bit of background on the content creator. So she is a blogger. And she does kind of a plethora of a whole lot, but she's into getting her hair done and stuff. And it seems like she has a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? Because she kind of hyper focused in on this young braider. I think his name was the Braid King. And from time to time she would fly this dude out to where she was. I mean, like, do the whole thing, and he would braid her hair and she would cover his board to stay at the hotel. Of course she would buy a separate room for herself. And he would come to her and braid her hair and charge her like $600, and just all this crazy stuff. Well, allegedly. Let me say allegedly because may have gotten the figure off. So she was hyper focused on this dude, and she really liked this dude. Where everybody else that was standing off saw the whole situation and saw the play that he was running. Mind you, this girl has a mental illness, a condition, and from time to time she would stay in a mental facility, but she still will stream and do her live streams from there. But it was like a whole play that this dude was running on her, and people was making fun of her, talking about her. I think one TikTok content creator interviewed her, who is now allegedly is under investigation for cyberbullying. And guys, you do know that cyberbullying is a federal crime. It is a federal crime. And so when people be out here, you know what I'm saying, running people down and talking about people and doxing people and saying and making up lies about people, and you inciting people to be talked about, you are cyberbullying these people, and it is a federal crime. So you might want to kind of take a couple of steps back before you be entering into these online beefs with people, because it could land you in jail. You understand what I'm saying? Or under investigation. Unfortunately, this young lady took her life, and so she endured cyberbullying by multiple multiple content creators, and I would admonish you guys to go on TikTok and just type in Rizzi, and of course, you will see updates and just see the story visually. I do have some clips. I wanted to kind of support my show with the clips, but I'm on my phone, so it won't allow me to upload on StreamYard the files. So that I wanted to show. So one particular live, the young lady was had a multiple panel. And there was a couple of on it that was well, the video I watched, which is unfortunate, and I don't know why TikTok still had a video up, but there was at least two content creators on there that were supporting her. Uh, the most of them were, talking about her and all this stuff, and she uh she got some string. She got some type of string. The internet is saying shoestrings, which I can't see that, but they said some shoestrings, and she tied it up on the ceiling fan and hung herself on the live. And you can hear how everything started to turn. Whereas the two people that were supporting her was saying, don't do it. Don't. It was tragic. They're saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Say something. And then they was like, call the police, call the police, call the police. This girl literally took her life on a TikTok live because of cyberbullying, and we want to throw in the factor that she did have a mental delay. And so I want to kind of double back and talk about social media for a minute and people with mental illness. I think that there should be some type of barrier, or some type of electronic barrier, or some type of something put in place in the system that will keep people with mental illness safe from the general population on what they can do and how they present themselves out here, so that they won't be opening up to criticism and opened up to cyberbullying. Because a lot of times people with mental illness, it is very sad, Gertrude, very sad. A lot of times people with mental illness, they are impulsive, and they just out here because they want to engage with, they want to feel normal like everybody else. You got a lot of people that maybe their mental illness is not necessarily on display, or you can see it. They maybe suffer with acute depression or schizophrenia or bipolarism, and they get out here on these social media platforms and get triggered, and they go off on people and cuss people out or threaten people. Or you got people who they gonna travel across country because they done got triggered because they schizophrenic and bipolar, and they got voices in their mind telling them to get in their car and find these people and kill them. You understand what I'm saying? So I think there should be some type of safeguard put in place for individuals who have mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Because this has to stop. These apps that we have, and these platforms that we have, a lot of this stuff is facade and fake, but it is causing real life damage. You see what I'm saying? And that's what really made me sad about this girl. She kind of had an identity with her content, and she had a lot of followers, and you can tell that this was a bright spot in her life, was her TikTok channel, and it gave her a sense of normalcy. So in my mind, I'm saying, why can't these people see that she's using this avenue for therapy, and she's just trying to be normal and live life? And you know that this girl got a mental illness situation, and you exploiting that and talking about that. So because of the method of how she took her life, these same individuals decided to do a short on their TikTok, and they use, I'm not gonna say that they did it themselves, but they took a visual short that somebody else had did for other purposes, and they put the caption and made a relate and made a comment to, and made it for what happened to Rizzi. So they chose a video where it was a figure of a Spider-Man that had a string that was tied to a ceiling fan, and they showed the Spider-Man like spinning, and I guess performing an act of what happened, and these people were laughing about it, talking about who did that, girl, you crazy for doing it, and they were laughing, talking about this is Rizzi. I thought that was so deplorable that in this moment you can't see that somebody's daughter is gone, that somebody mama is somewhere crying hurt because they lost their daughter. Just the whole desensitized manner of which society is in now is scary to me. That you can make a joke of somebody killing themselves. I don't care if you didn't like them or you hated them or y'all had bad beef or whatever it was. That was in poor taste and it was diabolical. It was scary to see that. And these people are up laughing, as they showed the video, laughing, talking about this is her. This girl killed herself. And I thought that was in poor taste. So allegedly now, there were two specific content creators that Rizzi called out before she did the act. that they are under investigation right now, allegedly. And so a couple of them have deleted their accounts, or some of them have made like official statements and went live and said, hey, that wasn't my intention. I never cyberbullied, but you did it on a daily basis. I mean, I watched several videos of her laughing and joking about the girl. You know what I'm saying? You say, I hope she gets justice. Yes, I hope her family gets justice. And I hope they sue the heck out of her and sue the heck out of certain entities. That's all I'm going to say. Because to allow certain things be played on your platform and they making reference to this girl killing herself and it's still up to date, that's a problem. Because right now, today, I guarantee you somebody laughed at that short. And to me, it's the most wicked and dark thing to see. And you got people talking about, laughing, like making jokes. And even in the live where she actually did the act, you can hear people telling her to kill herself, making a joke. Excuse me, guys. Making a joke about it. And this girl got a mental illness. I think that we should be treating people differently. These people got mental illness. You need to be trying to treat them with a long handed spoon and then giving them some grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I thought that was just crazy. And I'm looking at, and I'm saying to myself, look how far society has gotten. Look how low society has gotten, where you are glorifying and you're making a joke of somebody's life that's gone. And to my understanding, one specific, and I'm not gonna call their names because I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you Google the story, you're gonna immediately know who they are. But they say that this one particular content creator has a history of bullying people and talking about people like that, and she got almost close to 1 million followers, I want to say. And they say she's known for this type of behavior, but they also say that she's also got some issues herself. But the whole time you realizing that this girl is streaming from a mental illness facility. So you already know that this girl got issues. It's okay to support people like that you see on the channel. It's okay to support them because it encourages them and it makes them feel like they have some type of normalcy. But when you go on an attack mode, it makes me look at you like you weird. But the whole concept of grown people bullying grown people, to me, I'm never going to understand that. I'm never going to understand why grown people will sit up and do 2-hour, 3-hour lives talking about people as if we were children in a sandbox. And see, that just goes to show you never know how much weight your words carry. And I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to brittle your tongue and not retaliate, especially when you're feeling like you're being attacked. It is hard. It is hard. But when you realize, when you come to the moment where you understand that you're dealing with somebody that is special needs, that's when you need to be bagging off. And then don't incite other people to do the same to these people. Because you got people on here that suffer from depression. And they already feel like, I don't look like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I watched a young girl today and she was on TikTok and she was making soap. And I'm making my business when especially if it's a woman, you know what I'm saying, and I know society got something to say about them. I'm making my business to look and find the most beautiful thing about the individual. And I just ain't even me gaslighting and just talking, but I do this on a regular. Like I look at when I notice those type of individuals that I know society done kick to the side or something wrong, they say something wrong. I look and I try to find the most beautiful attribute about the people, and I magnify it verbally to them, or I magnify it in my mind, and I make a conscious decision to treat these people with respect, because you don't know what 10 other individuals done dog them out because number one, they don't look like everybody else, or they lifestyle ain't like everybody else, or they this and they that. And y'all know how we as human beings can classify people and put them in certain classes of people and treat them like dogs or whatever because they don't look like you or they don't dress like you or they don't got what you got. And that's just how we are as a society. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make it my business to treat people and let them know that they are valuable. So I looked at this girl on TikTok today. She was making soap, and she had like 1 point something million followers. But you can look at her, the way she was holding her head and the way she was looking down, you could tell she had low self-esteem, but she loved what she was doing. And she was just sitting there making her soap and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And I liked her. I want to say I liked it. Hopefully I did. If not, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna like it and leave her a nice note. But you can tell women as women, we can tell when another woman has low self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? And we should be going to pick them up because you just never know what people are dealing with in their home. Here's this woman. She had a beautiful smile. You know what I'm saying? She trying to bring joy and love to somebody. And not only that, she was putting somebody on. She was putting this braid on, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell that she just was happy. And then here come another woman, low down trifling woman, go come and try to bring her down with your nasty words. And a lot of times when women do that to each other, it's something that you see in that woman that you're jealous of. You know what I'm saying? With your mouth, you're going to accentuate the negative about this person when you really jealous of their light that's inside of them, and you just don't know how to handle it. So you decide to tear them down and talk about them. This girl dealing with mental illness in and out of mental facilities, but yes, she's still wearing a smile. A lot of times people don't understand. They get insulted. Like, where do you get off being happy with your life? And you know what I'm saying? Some people don't want you to be happy with who you are, or they be like the audacity of you thinking that you somebody. Look at you. And women actually think like that. They do. They actually think like that. And they actually behave like that. And it's just unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. But yeah, cyberbullying in 2025, especially going into 2026, is just simply whack. It's just simply whack. Like, for real, when is that going to stop? Well, how many people got to die, you know, to make grown people act like grown people? It's like you got the mean girl clique. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go gang up on this girl who y'all know can't even defend herself. Like that don't make you a champion. That makes you a coward. Instead of pushing this woman or building her up, you gonna sit up there and talk about her. And then she doubled back and was like, "Oh, I interviewed her." Yeah, but that was so long ago. But you done did so much damage. Like, you can't deny it. Allegedly, you cannot deny it. It's there. I don't care how many videos you delete. The internet don't get rid of nothing. Now this family got to deal with the loss of their loved ones because grown people can't be grown people. It's just a sad commentary. And then again, you don't know what this girl was dealing with. You don't know what kind of voices she was hearing in her head. She got to hear voices in her head and hear you telling her she ain't nobody or nothing. Like that to me is just ridiculous. We have to be mindful of how we're treating people out here on these YouTube streets and on social media. We have to be mindful of your words. And I don't care what people say that, oh, it's just words. Words hurt too. Words hurt, it cuts, it goes deep, it leaves scars, it leaves pain, it leaves tragedy, it leaves bad memories. It's harmful. You have to watch what comes out of your mouth and what you're saying about somebody, because you never know. God may turn around and let you experience just what you're saying about somebody else. Somebody called it karma. I don't believe in karma. The Bible says that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. See, the Lord can get you better than anybody can. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be out here dragging nobody and talking about nobody and doing this and doing that, because God got a way of reaching you where my words can't. That's what we have to be careful of what we saying about people, especially if it's a lie. You have to be careful because people got feelings. This girl she was mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? And she just wanted to be somebody's friend. And like I said, she had latched on to that one content creator, flew him out. She kind of had it looked like she had kind of had a crush on him. He wasn't feeling her, but he was feeling her money. And it was just like, oh, the joke is on you. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous how we do each other, in society. And it's crazy that this girl thought that this was the best resort, was to take her life. Like, it saddened me. If you look at my thumbnail, you see her beautiful smile. I'm just like, where was her protectors at? Where was the people in her life that protected her? Where was her guardians at? That's why I say these channels need to be having some type of safeguard in to make sure that people are safe out here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And the restrictions need to get a little bit more tighter, and you know what I'm saying, and the penalties need to get a little bit more tighter. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got to hit them where it hurt. You out here talking about people, making up lies, sharing people personal information or whatever you doing, or it need to be tougher consequences, because you never know how it's affecting people in the long run. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, Scorpio mama, I say nothing but love your way because you deserve it. You just never know. It's unfortunate. This young, beautiful girl felt like she had to take her life right there on the line. And people got the audacity to still talk about her to this day. I'm like, where is your humanity? Where is your heart? Where's your conscience? Hey, primary. My mother's name is Mary, or Mary Louise. I just was so taken back and then the videos that they made about her suicide. I just couldn't believe that grown people was desensitized so much that you thought that was a great ideal. But the update to this, I told y'all early on in the live that allegedly they're now doing an investigation on those content creators. Because again, I say this, cyberbullying is a federal crime. And that is what that girl experienced. See, you out here ganging up on people. You all keep laughing it up. You doing these weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of talking about people. It's catching up. Hopefully, with this story, the way that it's starting to spread, or I think even Tasha K picked up this story. Hopefully, there will be some new restrictions, some new federal guidelines and restrictions for cyberbullying, because it just got out of hand. I thought there was going to be some changes when the YouTuber went and shot and killed those two couples in Las Vegas. I thought things were going to be different then. But some people, they get so caught up in their emotions and they forget that this is an app. And some of us been going way too hard. It ain't been the energy ain't been matching. We be going way too hard and way too serious over nothing. and people lie. My situation this year, I felt like went too deep. It has tremendously affected my family dynamic to this day, and I'm not gaslighting. I ain't making nothing. It has really changed my the transactions and the things that have happened and transpired on this app has tremendously changed the dynamics of my family. And it's like, whoa, what are we doing? Like you intentionally, you want to do somebody harm with your words, and people think that because you can sit up on your panel and say what you want to say, and be as vulgar or be as harmful or be as ratchet or nasty. And I'm speaking in general, not to know one specific thing, but I'm just saying people think that you can just sit up on your platform and say the most derogatory things towards each other. And you think, oh, well, it's just having tough skin. Oh, well, it's just another lie. Oh, well, you don't know how that has affected individuals over the long run. You think somebody want to get up here, and a lot of not get it. A lot of people don't care, but you think somebody who may have a mental illness or may be weak emotionally, or may need some help emotionally right now, or may need some support, or maybe they got some dark things going on in their mind right now. You think this person want to come up and open up an app every day and hear somebody talking about them every single day? What does that do for somebody's psyche? You never We don't think about the effects of what we do until later. You know what I'm saying? Your Scorpio mama said having um you said having game do come with a price, Queen. It does. It does. But it do. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is a lot of times people be saying, "Oh, you gotta have tough skin to fame." I got you. You gotta have tough skin to be on YouTube. Not necessarily. And the reason why I say not necessarily is because this is an app. I can see you saying you gotta have respect. You need to be respectful if you're gonna come out here. I get that. I get, maybe you want to have kind words. I ain't saying be no, you be you, but I'm just saying I want us to focus in on why do we gotta have tough skin to come on an app that where nobody know each other. You mean tell me we can't have enough discipline to respect one another and agree to disagree, or just say, I ain't gonna mess with you because I don't like you. No, I'm not gonna call you and drag your family and drag your kids and drag your husband and drag your wife and drag your life and drag who you are as a person and talk about your looks, and I'm not gonna do all of that because it's disrespectful, and it is verbally harmful and emotionally harmful. We out here trying to really verbally and assassinate people, and then we do another live and don't even care. You say all these horrible things about these people, and then the next day you get up and do the same thing again. This stuff is starting to affect people to where they don't even want to be on the planet no more. Like you really got to have some type of responsibility. And I think YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, wherever you at, Twitch, whatever, these companies need to be holding people accountable. If you out here cyberbullying to somebody and it is known that this person has taken their life because of what you did, somebody need to be going to jail. Because it just got out of hand. Out here acting like children, and these people are silently crying, because of what you done did as a grown. Like, come on, I need y'all to do. We need to be better. Like, it just don't make no sense. I shouldn't be scared to voice my opinion because I'm scared of what you're gonna do. You're gonna dig up my whole life, and every horrible thing I ever did or said, or every salacious thing I ever did or said. You're gonna find the pictures to it and the text message to it too, and you're gonna post it for the whole world to see. And you think you done did your big one? No, you tear down people. You are viciously attacking people, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. These two content creators need allegedly they need to be ashamed of themselves. This girl literally took her life because of what other grown people did to her and said to her, allegedly. Hey, Chubbs, I said nothing but love your way because you deserve it. It's just out of hand. It literally has gotten out of hand. This girl, she had thank you, Chelsea, for your support. She had a huge platform. Maybe they was jealous because of that. I don't know. But everybody knew it. Could see. You could open up with your eyes and see that this girl had a mental delay. So maybe she did things that may have been quirky, or maybe she was impulsive. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I wouldn't be flying nobody out just to braid my hair. I'm just not gonna do that. But you could tell that the dude was being smug about it, and he was getting on. You know what I'm saying? Taking advantage of the situation. Because if you know this woman got a mental illness, and she probably put out all the breaks for you. You know what I'm saying? You can say, you know what, baby girl, no, not this time. But you know, you came every time, yeah, allegedly, and you got that money, and you leading her on to believe this and believe that. You see, she had a crush on you in her own mind because you know and you know how she and you just exploited that, and people laughing at her all over the country. It's just like what are we doing out here? What are we doing? You're not doing your big one by taking advantage of individuals or tearing down an individual. You're not doing your big one. You shouldn't be proud of that type of behavior because you're reducing yourself as a human being. And but people don't really care about that. All they want is to be, you know, the one that's throwing all the shade and the negative attention on you, so everybody can laugh at you and talk about you. Like, what you really think is gonna happen? I know that these two content creators did wasn't expecting for this girl to actually take her life. You understand what I'm saying? But what killed me, let me rephrase that. But what took me back was the fact that they went and got a short and of a cartoon character hanging from a cellophane and gonna say, "Oh, this her." When that just I was done. When I saw that, I was done. I'm like, "Cause y'all have no ounce of remorse. Y'all have no ounce of respect for her family. Y'all put that stuff out, and even to this morning, it was still out on TikTok. Even her video of her, taking her own life is still out on TikTok. I'm like, somebody, what's going on? It's like these social media platforms want to desensitize human beings so that we can just put out some of the most craziest, vulgar stuff. It's almost like anything goes now. I can say what I want to say, however I want to say it to you. Anything goes. I'm just over it. And I know people be like, Queen, please, you know what I'm saying? This is how it is. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. Nobody should come out here on this app and feel disrespectful. It is sad, Chubb. This girl was a beautiful young lady. She just had some mental challenges, and people exploited that. You should not come out on this app and see your whole personal life out here because somebody is cyberbullying you. And you got millions. This girl, she had thousands and thousands and thousands of people laughing at her. It's like, do you want this to be happening? And the sad part, people wanted this to be happening to her. They wanted her to be embarrassed. They weren't just, everybody was up laughing. I saw the shorts on TikTok when people were just laughing at her and making jokes about her. And this girl spending her real life money on people and all of this stuff. And people just taking advantage of her, and y'all did this, and y'all was still on the low. Y'all still would be doing this today. If she hadn't took her life, you all will still be doing this to this day. But now you want to get civil minded. Now you want to say, oh, you had no intentions on, you ain't did nothing harmful, and that now you want to say, oh, I interviewed her. I had no hand in her situation and what she did. But you the main one sitting up there talking, and everybody and their mama see you talking about this girl day in and day out. But now you done clammed up because now there's an alleged investigation on what you done did. Now you singing a different tune. After you done threw your rock, after you done did your dirt, after you have utterly destroyed this girl's morale, who she is as a woman, her self image, after you have utterly destroyed it in the eyes of people, and especially the eyes of the dude that she had a crush on. Y'all, I mean, y'all just, we do these character assassinations and go on by our day and don't think that it ain't coming back to you. Oh, it is. Because the Bible says you reap what you sow. Don't think you can just say what you want to say about people, you know what I'm saying, and do what you want to do about people and lie and spread all this poison about people and don't think it ain't coming back, because it's most definitely coming back in one way or the other. In 2026, we need to be moving a different way in how what we allow to come out of our mouth. I don't care if people is talking about you. I don't care if people is saying something about you. Don't you go and meet them at their level and their energy. You don't go get in the gun and be ratchet with them. You don't do that. Cause people, I'm telling y'all, see, we don't know how people live in their own homes. All we do is see these people on this app, or you scrolling and you see people on Facebook, or you only seeing what people are portraying and presenting to you. You don't know who is suffering with depression for real in their real life, who hear voices in their real life. This may be an escape for people. You know what I'm saying? This may be a hobby for people, but when they hit that end button or that X to close the live out, they could be hearing 20 voices in their head. You ain't nobody. You ain't nothing. You ain't got, don't nobody love you. Everybody hates you. You don't know what goes on in their mind. They have low self-esteem, low self-image. You know what I'm saying? Or they suffer from depression. I don't know why I keep harping on that. You got a lot of people that will laugh you under the table and then they come home and cry because they really truly are depressed. Especially around this season, they get depressed. And you sit up here dragging them for filth, and you don't know what they're going through. And I don't want to hear what they did this, they did that because something is wrong with their mind. But any sane person can see that. And when you know, and you're gonna be held accountable for that. When you make an assessment and you say, "Oh no, something wrong with them," your responsibility as a grown, sane adult is to pull back. When you know these people crazy, and they just running off at their mouth, and you as a grown person, you have to make a conscious decision to pull back, because it's almost like the scripture. They know not what they do. Something's wrong with you. You crazy. Oh, now I see you crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and pull back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fight fire with you. I'm not gonna do that because you don't know what people may do. They may come find you. It was a video on TikTok where this man had said something in the comments, said something bad, and this woman literally drove and found where this man worked at and knocked on the door and walked in this man's job and said, "Are you blankety blank?" He said, "Yeah." She said, "Now you see how easy it was for me to find you." That's some scary stuff. That's some scary stuff. People hide behind this app, honey, because of the Freedom of Information Act. Ain't no hiding behind no apps no more. People can find you if they really wanted to. And you out here being big dog, running your mouth, and you never know, somebody been ran you over, hit you with a car, and kept it moving. Do you hear what I say? Do you hear what I say? We have to be moved, especially content creators that's trying to build your channel and build your brand. In 2026, baby, it's time to come up to another level and move differently. I know I am. Because you get so high and people see you and see you growing, honey, they gonna be trying to sue you because of what you done said about them. And you probably don't mean no harm, but you know people like that. You gotta be careful of how you moving out here now, because if they ain't trying to kill you, they trying to sue you. Especially if you're taking this serious, if you're taking this app serious, you know what I'm saying? We gotta do better. We gotta move better. This is a sad story, guys. It was a sad commentary. I couldn't believe it. At first, I'm like, "What?" I know what, and you can hear the people on the live. I'm like, "Why is this still up?" Like they need to take it down. They trying to coach the girl and tell her, "Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't." And the girl did it. I mean, how tragic is that? How you got to think about how broken this girl felt on the inside, that she just felt like she didn't need to be on the earth no more because of what people were saying and doing. And the killing part about it is she mentioned the people that was cyberbullying her before she did it. I mean, that has to be haunting. That has to be haunting their minds. That literally has to be haunting their minds and knowing that the action that you did, the words that came out of your mouth, caused somebody to take their life. They just go ahead and lock me up and throw away the key. You understand what I'm saying? So be careful while y'all sitting up here creating these beefs. And be careful and see, is that the will of the Lord? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Is that what I'm supposed to be saying? You never know. Like I said this earlier, like I said, what I went through has tremendously, and I'm not even I wish I was making this up. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. But it has tremendously affected my family, the dynamics of my family. We have to be careful of the things that we say and we do out here on social media. Now, a lot of y'all, I see y'all channels and I see what y'all doing and how y'all moving in a different direction, and it's cool and I'm loving it. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, we gotta elevate, we gotta move on, we gotta do better as a culture, as a people. We gotta stop tearing down each other like this. Cause it is really starting to affect people for real, for real. It ain't about no I got beef with you no more. It ain't about that because people not playing fair. You trying to affect somebody's mental space and how they feel about themselves, and you trying to tear down their families and tear down their children, and like it's getting ugly and harmful and scary all at the same time. And we sit up here labeling it and calling it content. That's not content. What it is the work of the devil. It's the work of the enemy. You're giving him a platform. It's ugly. It's cruel. It's not thoughtful. It's unfair. But that's how we've been doing each other out here, and it's not good at all. It's just not. It's not good at all. I give a shout out to Philly Phil. Every time I cover this topic, I give a shout out to her because this woman endured that for almost 2 years every single day. I don't know how she did it, but she moved with grace. I just don't know how she did it. But I mean, and a lot of times people say words don't. It's just words. Not when it's all. It's not just words when it's over and over and over. And that's the definition of insanity. Over and over and over again. Let me see what I can pull up on them today. Let me see what I can share about their home life today. Let me see if I can share their kids today. Let me see if I can share their cousin today. Let me see if I can find their auntie today. Let me see if I can talk about their husband today. Let me see if I can find out something that nobody know about their family today. Let me see if I can find out something about them that they don't know. Let me see if I can find their mistakes and put it out here. You just out here trying to assassinate and talk about people and throw stuff out here that should not be, all in the name of hurting somebody. But see, these two content creators, they went too far. And they didn't know that they had went too far. And that's the thing I'm really trying to drive home with you all. Watch what you say about people, because sometimes you can go too far and don't know it. You understand what I'm saying? This girl literally took her life. She literally took her life because of what somebody said to her and about her. You out here, you out here intentionally trying to embarrass people, and you get off by trying to expose people like you, the doggone police, or like you Inspector Gadget or something. You know what I'm saying? You get off and you wear like a badge of honor because you didn't expose somebody, and the whole time you don't know that this woman got suicidal thoughts in her mind, or she gonna take out her whole family, or she's so embarrassed she don't want to be on the planet no more. You don't know how dangerous certain actions can be out here. That's why we need to be so careful in how we interact with people, and have a sense of responsibility for yourself, and have a sense of responsibility for your channel. This thing really saddened me. I was really sad to see this. Like, as you got, and the killing part of this, the majority of these content creators allegedly were older than the young lady. You supposed to be older, and you did this to this girl. And I know, and they ain't gotta say nothing, but I know they sick about it. Somebody going to jail. Again, cyberbullying is a federal crime for this reason right here. Some people cannot take that. Some people are right on the edge. They floating on broken pieces, and here you come with your big mouth, can pull all type of words together and make it sound good, and you dragging these people for filth, and they just trying to hold on to their mental stability, and here you go tearing them down. It's so crazy. It's so crazy out here, y'all. It's just so crazy out here. It really is. And I wanted to cover this story because we all go through, especially if you're out here doing content. Yeah, it's gonna come with the territory. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't gonna like what you're doing out here. You're gonna get some people gonna disagree with you, and it's okay. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to voice your disagreements. You know what I'm saying? But it's not okay to be out here verbally assassinating people and bullying people and lying on people. You understand what I'm saying? And you changing the way people think about, and I get it. I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't care what nobody, but there's that one individual that they care a little bit too much. And they may harm themselves, or they may harm their family based off of something that somebody did. Like, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. This should have never happened. You know what I'm saying? And it should have never happened. And they are allowing too much to be seen on these social media platforms. That should not even be up to this day. It should not even been able to be shown. It's sad. And then you making a parody of this girl, her how she took her life. You gonna go get props and make a parody of it, and people laughing about it. Like, at this point, I'm like, you got a cold heart to be doing some stuff like that. It ain't about no tough skin, honey. It's about human beings being desensitized to right and wrong. Do you hear what I say? This is a sad story. Her name was Rizzi, Rizzi. You can find the majority of her story on TikTok, and I encourage all content creators that may see this live to cover this story, because we want to support and get it out here to say no to cyberbullying. I know it sounds cliche, and I know some people say, "Oh, that's corny," but as you can see, this really affected this young lady. It really affected her. You know what I'm saying? And some people, they can come out here and get dragged. Like, I don't care what people say, but then you got people, you got that 20% that it does affect them tremendously, and it changes how they live their life. It changes them tremendously. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all the other day how this bully, this grown woman bullied me and said some horrible things for me about me. and I had to be like a young, like 6 or something like that. But I never forgot it. So obviously, it made an impact in my life because I never forgot it. So you just can't do with people any old kind of way because you never know. It may leave a lasting impression in those people's life, and you done changed yourself. You done messed around and got saved, and now you don't do that no more. But them people have been hurt by your actions. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like even before you go there, just stop, pause yourself, put the brakes on yourself. Is it worth it? Because you never know what the results may be on the other side of this thing or what people may do. You are here talking about people marriages and talking about people, they history. You never know what that may do to these people. Like, come on, I need everybody to be better. Like, let's just be better. I've heard some horrible stuff on this app. About me, about other people. I've heard some horrible things, and I'm like, dog, are you serious? Did you really think that was okay? Like, your judgment is off. You thought that was okay to say that because it's gonna make you look like what? For real? Like, come on, y'all. This got to do better. We just got to do better. Got to do better. Got to do better, people. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quite sure in this moment, those two content creators right now, they probably said, I should have never did that. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I'm here. Because now you're under a federal investigation because you could not control your mouth. Now you under a federal investigation. And know that the civil lawsuit is coming too. This is crazy out here, y'all. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't. The story to me was just like, oh my goodness, and to see her, she was so young and full of life. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what are we doing out here? Stop taking advantage of people who have disabilities. Like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. You know this individual is got a disability, but you keep robbing them for their money. Hello and goodbye. Hello, content creators. I don't want to hear money is money, but you know these people are just something wrong with them, and come on, stop milking your people. You know something wrong with them. Be like, no, you know what? Maybe next time, but not right now. Thank you for your support and keep it moving. You know something wrong with these people, but you wanna what do they say that you wanna dang, what's that word? You wanna take advantage of them. A lot of people out here a lot of content creators, y'all know some of y'all subscribers is something wrong with their mind, but they just follow you because they just follow you because they want to have some normalcy, and you take advantage of them. Oh, I know I'm telling the truth, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. Hmm. Yeah. Sad story, guys. Very sad story. Very sad story. Yep, and I think Tasha K, I think she picked up the story too. It's so tragic that this girl, she couldn't take it no more. She just could not take it no more. And then we have to understand, what do you think one person can deal with? You just keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. And have you ever heard that term postal? Where people be going postal? It's indigenous to uh mail carriers. They just went postal. They just went crazy. Yeah, after all of the pressuring and the pressuring and pressuring and pressuring and bullying and bullying and bullying and bullying, and they just snap. And then it's run for your life. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Do better, do better. Do better. If y'all want to find more information about I had some videos again, guys. StreamYard wouldn't let me share. I gotta pay, for the subscription. which I ain't paying for. So I can't bring myself to pay for it. I'm sorry. I can't bring it because they just get astronomically too high, and then I'm good with what I got, so I ain't doing all that stuff. But if you want to see the shorts and stuff like that, go to TikTok and type in RIZZI bullying, and all of that'll come up, and you will see for yourself this tragic story. I see that it is getting national attention too, so we'll probably hear more content creators talk about the story too as well again, probably a little bit more in depth. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember to watch what come out of your mouth. Listen, do something nice for somebody. If it's nothing but say a silent prayer, or helping somebody out with their groceries, because you reap what you sow. Remember, God's prayers can reach karma. We don't believe in karma. I believe in the Lord say that vengeance is mine, but God's hand can reach further than your words can. So be encouraged, be you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let nobody bully you out here on these YouTube streets, honey, because your God, your daddy is bigger than theirs, and he gonna always see about you. You understand what I'm saying? All right, guys, this is your Queen Clayleen saying be great. Bye bye. Love you guys. Enjoy your weekend.